We are filling the wrong tank and wondering why we're still tired. You need to understand that your body is made up of different energy tanks. There is physical energy, intellectual energy, emotional energy, spiritual energy. Spiritual energy is one that is constantly misunderstood.
Yes.
Spiritual energy is, I want to say Om and, sit in one place, have to wear white, have to wear a mala. No, none of that. Spiritual energy is your energy of purpose. If you feel like you're a cog in a wheel, a cog in a machine, like you're not valued, useless, all those feelings, spiritual energy gets drained very fast. Which is why we have pets, which is why we have passion projects, which is why we have hobbies. And think about it, Suren, like nobody's having hobbies now. Hobbies used to be such a huge thing when our parents were growing up, we were growing up. Now hobbies have started disappearing. Hobbies give you that sense of purpose, give you that little boost of spiritual energy that you need. Of course, you can do meditation. Of course, you can talk to God, pray. But these little things also make such a difference to our life.
Let's take, I am your client and you're breaking down my life, right? How do I have to look at what? How do I do the balance? And how do I to replenish it? What needs to be done for each?
Lovely. Step one is to become conscious that there are these four energies in us. Physical means, do I have a backache, headache? Many people live life with a headache. Imagine what is that doing to the physical energy? Am I in a state of ease or am I in a state of disease? That is your physical energy. Your workout increases physical energy, doesn't drain it.
Correct.
Okay, that's an important thing. We think that if I go to the gym, I'll feel tired. No, you will feel more energetic.
Correct.
Okay, so physical energy is an interesting one. It's the easiest one for us to understand because we feel it. The second one is intellectual. Intellectual is our mind, constantly thinking. We are blessed that we have such a big prefrontal cortex that is constantly looking for issues around us that need to be solved. Can we give that a break and reduce that? We now live in a world which is everything is intellectual. My intellect is compared to yours.
Correct.
AI is nothing but intellectual energy, right? So we need to understand how do we maintain and balance this. So I look at my clients and see what kind of decisions are they making and how have they structured their day. Are they constantly replying to emails? Big drain on your intellectual energy.
Correct.
As soon as somebody's email comes in, it means somebody else's problem is now my problem. So how do I start looking at this intellectual energy? Next is emotional energy. Emotional energy is something that, especially as men, we are not taught how to understand or regulate. In groups, I say, how many emotions can you name? How many emotions can you name right now? Start thinking emotions. You'll think of anger,
Shame,
sorrow, guilt, etc., etc. You'll reach number 7 and then you will say, sab kuch ho gaya. But there are 40 different emotions, far more. You just search for your emotions wheel and you'll find so many emotions. What I tell people is take a printout of that, put it on your desk and keep asking yourself, how am I feeling? You will learn new words. And we just said, words have power. As soon as you learn a word, you now know what you can do for it. So if I suddenly feel betrayed, which would never have come up in a conversation, I would have said, I'm feeling bad that you said this. But I would have never said, I'm feeling betrayed that you said this. But if I feel betrayed, now I know what to do. I can address betrayal far better than I can address a random word like sadness or feeling bad. Feeling bad though doesn't exist on the wheel. There's no word like bad, emotion like bad. So that is the first step of understanding your emotional energy.
I'll tell you, we were doing a workshop. What we found was people don't know how to feel itself. What they were saying is actually a thought.
Yes.
I'm saying that is a thought. I'm asking you how you feel. And the world is designed where people don't even know how they feel. Thank you for talking about this. Please go ahead. So emotional wellness. Next.
In fact, what you said is so right because we work in a world where if I share my feeling, I'm seen as weak. So feelings equal to weakness is what we are currently being taught. Not understanding that feelings is, and you know this, which is energy in motion, emotion. We talk about it all the time. We don't realize that that same betrayal could help you get a breakthrough in another part of your life. You could also then associate with some place when you betrayed somebody and said, oh shit, that is what that person felt like. And that emotional betrayal, which you're feeling at that point of time, could be a journey into a deeper part of you and a healing journey at that. So we need to understand these emotions very, very clearly. Once we understand these energy tanks, I keep telling people, every 90 minutes, ask yourself, how am I on these? Suren, it's so interesting. I tell people that at the end of the day, it is not time that is your enemy, it's your energy.
Correct.
You're at 3 o'clock, you still have 2 hours or 3 hours of your working day left, but you're looking at the clock saying, I want to go home because your energy is low. You had time. So don't blame time. Think about your energy. So every 90 minutes, ask, was this an intellectually heavy 90 minutes or was it an emotionally heavy 90 minutes? How emotionally heavy? Maybe you had your the person reporting into you come in and tell you about what's happening in their life and a sad story that you felt connected with. Your emotion also gets affected. So you then need to do something about that emotion.
So you do a status check every 90 minutes to check in the 4 tanks which one got depleted.
Correct. Have I been sitting too long? Chalo, let me do my standing desk.
Yeah.
Right? Let me walk up and down the stairs. So that's how you start maintaining that energy throughout the day. Because you can't have a high in the morning and then a crash towards the end. It can't be best decisions in the morning, worst decisions in the evening. So you need to learn how to regulate this tank throughout the day.
That was brilliant, Ashdin. I think that's a great way of saying it.